Do you feel like when you throw a disc golf disc, you're feeling like you're throwing on an ice skating rink? This video is for you. Hey y'all, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really quick, make sure to support Infinite Disc, all of your disc golf needs. Squatch bags, disc golf bags, Drew Gibson disc golf bag. Make sure to go check it out. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the video. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Hopefully I can make this pretty easy to understand. One of the few things that are non-negotiable in disc golf, if you want to have a run-up, is going from the back of the tee to the front. That's the run-up, right? Like you gotta get there. Whether you hop, you skip, you jump, you crab walk, you got to get from there to here. I'm going to show you what I think is the best way to do that. And you know what that is going to be? Athleticism. Being on the balls of those feet. You can use your heel, but don't stomp, right? You don't want stomping. I like to kind of roll that front foot, but make sure you're not stomping that heel right into the ground. You don't want to feel it in your knee at any point in the throw. So what I mean by athletic, because there's a lot of spots you need to hit in the throw or else it doesn't work. So, you need the first step, this step, X step, and then your final step. Try to make the tempo smooth, right? A lot of people think the faster you run, the harder you throw. Sometimes true, but within reason. Because just like I talked about in a previous video, if you're not bracing right and you end up like this, doesn't matter how fast you run, how good you look, if you ran a mile before, it's just not going to work. So make sure that however fast you're going, you're still able to get into this athletic position, balls of your feet, or at least not on your heels, which would look like this, which is early extension. So getting on the balls of your feet with your knees bent is going to allow you to accelerate through the disc. Why does that matter with your footwork? Because I see a lot of people who get to a 250-foot hole and have a nice smooth throw, and then they get to a 400-foot hole and they take 5 extra steps and they throw it worse, right? They turf it in the ground, they hit the first tree, they throw it into the limbs. Whatever it is, they've lost the control because they're trying so hard to throw it that extra 25 feet that they're forgetting about the fact that it still has to go straight or go towards the target. So one main thing I can tell you guys is to make sure that when you're doing your run-up, you're in an athletic, loose, smooth, comfortable position, but you're also using your body in a way to efficiently get down the tee. Because again, you don't want to go too slow. Very rarely do you see somebody go so slow down the tee and then they're throwing it past 500 feet, right? Or 450 feet or 400 feet. Whatever you're, right? Because there's some of you guys watching this like, man, I would love to throw 300. And there's some of you watching this that I see the comments of going, I want to throw 500. And there's some probably people think they can reach 6, right? So I can't speak in generalities with distance because everybody's in a different position. But I can tell you that in disc golf, smooth is fast, fast is smooth, and smooth is consistent. And more than anything, I want you guys to build and have consistency, because you know what's going to matter the most? Isn't throwing it 425 feet. It's me throwing it 400 feet, but doing it 8 times out of 10. So when you're practicing the run-up, make sure you're smooth. And if you want to be fast, it's smooth and fast. Don't give up the ability to be on the balls of your feet and be in a good throwing position just to get a little bit more speed. Because if you don't get that speed into the disc, it's going to make you worse. So overall, with the run-up, this is the footwork portion of it, but the run-up, it's the tempo. It's just like golf or baseball, right? If you just, right, that's a bad baseball swing. It's having that tempo that makes you explosive. Same thing with disc golf. It's having a good tempo, good hit point, boom, brace. You don't want to be like this, right? You want to be braced into that front leg, and that is what is going to create that power, and more than anything, that consistency. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful to you. I appreciate the time. I'm Drew Gibson, and I will see you in the next one.